All right, can you guys hear me? Give me a one if you can hear
Yes.
me.
Great morning to you.
Great morning, great morning. Let me mute everybody. Let me see, mute. Can we be muted? Yes. All right. Okay, you guys can hear me. Good, good, good. Did that video make you want to go somewhere? I know it made me want to go somewhere. It's just pictures sometimes that do it for you. Well, as you guys know, Mr. Motivator and Deidre Lynn just got off a 14-day cruise, and they jumped over to where they at today? DC, I think Washington DC. So I reached out to them. I wanted us to have a class. I know last week we didn't have a class. Mr. Mumford and I were in a meeting here in Atlanta. So, sometimes we may need somebody else to fill in. So if somebody's ready, let us know. We definitely can use more people who can actually just explain some information. That's all I'm doing. I'm not special. But we're gonna get into this. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what's about to happen. I'm loving the product, and if you're not loving the product, we're gonna see can we change that for you. Um, but one thing about our business and all the trainings that I like to do, I like to always start off with personal development. Oh my gosh, it's done so much for me, just allowing me to change the way I see things and how I respond and react to things as well. Um, One of my favorite sayings is, you become what you think about. You do, you do, you do. And we are in a people business, and everybody understands that. We are in a people business, and you're dealing with people from all kind of backgrounds, and sometimes it can be a challenge when you're dealing with people, and sometimes they're not as fast or move as quick as you do, and sometimes I have that moment where I'm like, come on, I just sent you. Are you sick? Then I have to think about, look how you responded, and if you allow that to take you out the game, guess what? It'll mess up your whole hour, day, month, year. And you don't want to have those setbacks by focusing on things that you really can't control. And when the big things do come, if the little things knock you off base, imagine what the big things will do. You know what I mean? Um, and I love this saying about, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, make sure, because I know I am dealing with technology. Okay, thanks, Larry. Um, and this one right here, this was something that I like Dr. Seuss, and I had to go back and listen to Dr. Seuss, and you understand he was giving us personal development at an early age, and we kind of get away from it, right? And this is one of my favorite sayings as well. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose, and that's a simple phrase, but it's so true. Like I said, you become what you think about, and basically the steps you take in life. Guess what? You have control over that. You follow what I'm saying? So I always start my trainings off with personal development. So we're gonna get right into it. We're not gonna be here long. So let me go ahead and go to the next slide. Let me see. Yeah, you recite that to your grandson. That's good. That's good. So, like I mentioned, we are in the people business. And I reached out to one of my friends last night, and I asked her, she's a business owner. And I said, what should I train about? And she said about clients, how to get clients, because all of us want the right client. Everybody wants the perfect client, right? That person that knows where they want to go. They're not asking a whole bunch of questions about, can you find it cheaper? Can you look on this day? Can you look on that day? Let me think about it. You follow what I'm saying? And you sitting back waiting. You follow me? And she told me that, we have to set standards for the type of people we want to do business with. And that right there falls on us. And I went out online and saw some information I thought it'd be good to share today. You want to target who you want, and sometimes we're targeting, the wrong people. And they're not the wrong people, so to say that they're bad people, but you have to go through a lot to get to what you want. And that's one thing I believe in. And sometimes we do get frustrated or find it being a challenge when we don't get exactly what we want right away. Okay. So this article that I took this straight from the article. So like I said, it's nothing that I'm doing. You see, I haven't left a comma at the end. So you have to dig deep, and one thing about digging deep is you have to ask questions to get them to talk. We always talk about open-end questions and closed-end questions from time to time when we do have trainings. So, in qualifying a client, and I may call on some of you guys who have a name I see. And I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Jamal. My apologies for some of you who may have tuned in for the first time. What they like? Oh, shucks. Am I recording? Let me make sure. Yes. Am I recording? Yes, it looks like I am. Yes, I am recording. Woo. Sorry about that. So what they like and what they don't like about the vacations or vacations they've been on. Those are great questions, because that right there will save you a headache when a problem occurs, because you will have problems, when you deal with vacations, but also gives you a sense of what your client really likes. I have clients that don't like to sit in the middle seat. I have clients that don't like to sit at the back of the plane. I got some clients that don't like to travel in the morning, rather travel in the evening. And this right here gives me a clear indication of how I'm going to book this trip for that client. And sometimes we have this, this information. It saves you a lot of time. Does anybody want to save time when booking a trip? Don't want to spend a whole lot of time knowing that the commission may not be a high-end commission, or $300 or $400 commission, maybe a $70 or $80 commission. So if you qualify them, that will keep you from doing a whole lot of looking around, because, some people will tell you, I want the cheapest price. Have anybody ever heard that before? Has anybody ever heard, I want the cheapest price? Nobody's? Okay, so somebody has, right? So you want to qualify them so you don't hear that. And these are some of the questions that, you can use. What are your objectives for this trip? Some people want to go have fun. You find a lot of people that want to have fun. Then you have some people that don't want to have fun. They want to relax. Or you have some people that just want to do adventure travel, where they want to go and do all these strenuous things. I wouldn't want to do that on vacation, but people do. So you always want to ask, what are their objectives for the trip, okay? And this allows you to build a profile for a client or any other client. What do you want to do when you get there? These are questions you could ask that allow you to, guess what? You can upsell them. You ever go in a restaurant and you order your food, then they come back and say, hey, do you want some dessert? And you think the dessert for free the way they're offering it to you, right? So if I find out what you want to do, I may not be a destination specialist on that area, and they say, I don't know, guess what? You could come back with a few more things to allow you to upsell them on that commission, because you may get the commission on the package, right? But there's nothing like getting the commission on the, some of them have the wellness package with some of the resorts. I'm using resort, for example. Or you may have somebody who take a river cruise and want to do excursions outside of the free excursions. Or you may have some people that want to do everything when they get there. If you're there for 4 days, they may want to do 4 or 5 things. You wouldn't have a problem getting the extra $70 off of everything they do. Now you done added an extra $80. I'm sorry, $300 or $400 on top of your commission. Okay. And it also makes you seem like the subject matter expert when you suggest things for them to do. And guess what? And when they have a nice time, you know what they'll say? Oh man, you the best travel agent in the world, and not, now you're talking about referrals and repeat customers and being able to retain those customers as well, even if they're not ready to travel soon, but they will use you from time after time, right? So why are you thinking about going? It might be an anniversary, a birthday, it might be a spiritual trip, or they just need to get away. This allow you to cater things for them as well, because I wouldn't want to send my client to a resort that if they say they want some relaxation, if it's a family friendly resort, because kids gonna run around and do all kind of stuff, and when the parents there, they ain't trying to they barely monitor their kids in the grocery store. You think they're gonna monitor them at a resort where they're gonna have a good time too? And and I hear people tell me, I don't want to be around no kids. That sounds kind of funny to me because I have a child, but I do get it now. Like you don't want to hear all the mommy, blah, blah, blah. But you always want to ask why they're thinking about going. And sometimes they might want to be in an environment where they may want to just let their hair down and kind of be a different person when they go out of town. Because they go on these international trips. What they say, what stays there, what happens there stays there. So you want to make sure you qualify that, How many people are going with you? Now, this is a tricky one right here. Anybody ever notice when you start off with a group, they'll say 30 people going and end up 2 or 3 people that are going? Anybody ever have that? So you can ask this question, but also remember that it may change. It may change. So you just never know. How many people are going, but it's a great question to ask, to allow you to drill down for a client. All right. If they're going with kids, how old are the children? You look at like cruise ships. Some cruise ships don't cater to children. I just came off of Princess. Princess has a children program, but you're looking at a program that's more kid friendly. You're looking at Disney, which is high end. So that's a great way to sell them on something that may be more kid friendly. And don't look at their budget as your budget, because you won't go on Disney. That don't mean they won't go on Disney. Most of the people I book Disney for, they pay full price. And y'all know how much Disney costs. What do you want to do with your kids? Now, I don't want nobody to say I want to just drop them off and leave them. Yeah, and Virgin Cruise Line is going to be adult only, right? Yeah, so that is selling like hotcakes. We're going to talk about that a little later on. And are they active kids or not active kids? This right here allow you to look at resorts that may be more kid friendly, that have things for the kids to do. Because sometimes they come back and say, well, there was nothing for me to do with my kids. And sometimes you think that you asked all the questions, but you may have not asked the right questions when you qualify your client. Now, this is one right here that some of you probably may say yes, some of you may say no. Do you want to spend time with your kids when you get there? Don't nobody answer that. You could write that down on a piece of paper or just keep that to yourself. Some of you see me at my social media presence. You see a lot of times I'm with my child and my wife. And when I'm with them, since I'm not the primary parent, what that means is I'm not in the house as much as my wife. I work more. This seems like they're going at each other like cats and dogs, So I'm on vacation wondering, like, why y'all fussing with each other? Y'all need to chill out, put the lotion on, comb my hair, make sure her clothes on. But I'm not the primary parent, so I don't see the day-to-day operations what parents go to who spend a lot more time with their kids than the other parent. Or do you want somebody that can watch them? There are some great, great, great kid-friendly resorts, and they have a lot of qualified people to watch your kids. So these are activities you can, questions you can ask to allow them to really plan their vacation step by step. And if you go on here, a lot of these cruise lines do have qualified programs from different age groups. I know a lot of resorts do as well. And some places even let you hire a nanny. Because, if you go as a family, and family vacation is huge, very, very, very huge. you want to make sure that the parents may want to do something together. So that gives them an option to say, yeah, I never thought about that. So now you showing that person that you really care about them and you building rapport. And this right here go a long way in your business when people can just pick up the phone and say, hey, can you get me X, Y, and Z? And you already know what they want based upon some of these questions that you have answered for. Ask them, okay? So you always gonna have different situations and you're gonna have different questions, okay? So some agents have a standard list of questions they may ask, okay? And when you qualifying people who want to do a 7-day vacation, they may not care where they're going, would be very different than someone who wants to go to Machu Picchu. And that goes back to some of the vacation genres that are out there. You know, you have some people that like to backpack, do the Airbnbs, and you have some people that want to kick their feet up and have everything done for them, you know. So you always want to have, you're going to have different situations, all right? Can you guys hear me? Because I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. Okay, thanks, Larry. And you look at some clients, you know, it's another example. You know, a client wanted to do Sweden and Italy, and they asked them why they wanted to go to those places. They wanted to taste coffee in Sweden, wanted to go off the off-beaten track in Italy. So just imagine qualifying them was going to be a bit different than normal because it's a different situation. You follow what I'm saying? And one of the things that Hebert asks is, if there's a possibility to stop in Paris, would they be interested? So now that allows you to do what? Sell tours. You can upsell them on other things, guys. So you may not just look at the actual trip itself, airfare, hotel is just a way to book their trip, guys. If you ask these questions, some of these questions will allow you to dig deep, right? And you'll be able to suggest different things for them. And if you don't know, you know, I always tell people your best friend is Google and YouTube. Because if you call me, that's all I'm going to do. Or you could even call the vendor. The vendor will suggest things for you as well. If they don't know, you could always do that research, because actually that's part of our job, is doing the research. And, you know, sometimes people will say, well, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not selling anything. I'm just asking questions to allow myself to design something that a person already wants to do. You follow what I'm saying? So great. The budget. Anybody have the budget question? You ever asked the budget question? What are some of the questions you get, answers you get when you say, what's your budget? Anybody can tell me? Anybody? Okay, a few people have. Great. 600. I like that one. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly. Those are some of the great answers. But let me show you something that I may do, and don't you guys do it. You know, I'm still kind of rough around the edges. All right. So I live in Atlanta. So if you tell me you don't have a budget, you know, I may have fun, and I may say, well, how would you like to go to Stone Mountain? They'll say, no, I don't want to go to Stone Mountain. Well, you know, tell me how much money you want to stay within per person. And once they give me that budget, I know where to look based upon where they want to go. If you stand in that $1,000 to $700 range per person, y'all know, unless you live in Florida, the only place you probably gonna go is Mexico if you're trying to do all-inclusive resort. You follow what I'm saying? And if you don't have a passport and things of that nature, you know, we're looking at St. Thomas, Vincent Island, not St. Kitts, and they have some nice places in Florida if you want to do something around, you know, the weather. But you know, budget is a difficult thing from time to time. So I have fun with it. You know, some people have what they say, champagne tastes and Kool-Aid pockets. But I look at my business like Walmart. And what I mean by that, you know how you go to Walmart, you walk in there, champagne and beer budget. You know how you go into Walmart and you walk in there for one thing, might be some lotion, bread, I don't know, some grapes, but you come out with a whole lot of stuff, right? A whole lot of stuff. So when you talk to me, you may come in thinking, well, I only want to spend this amount of money. And I'm not going to upsell you, but I'm going to qualify you based upon how much money you want to spend. And you're going to walk out of there with something other than what you may have came in there for. Because, you know, sometimes they shopping you to see how much you can find something for. And you don't want to spend a lot of time with someone shopping you. And if budget is a problem, I'm going to give you guys another secret that you can do. You know, we have those Traverse goals that we'll be able to give away. And, you know, someone kind of iffy about money, suggest that they get one of those for free and test it out. And that may be something a little bit better for you based upon the kind of money you want to spend, because you will be able to save some money. And I'm all about helping, you know, a customer save some money. All right. Let me see. We call that anticipating the customer needs. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, absolutely. So pre-qualifying, and you know, while gathering this information through questions and conversations may remain the most common way to qualify clients. Some agents are pre-qualifying clients in ways they may not even be aware of, according to Petillo or Petillo. I can't pronounce his name. So you always want to pre-qualify before you do any looking around, right? So the traditional way of qualifying clients is still very much in play. But the new model is by using social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, okay? And through social media, people know your knowledge on a specific area of the industry. It can be looked at a few different ways. So for me, you know, people know that I do travel and I like to travel, and it attracts people. But you don't have to be the person that's traveling. I mean, don't take it as that. But this right here allows more people, when they contact me, they may want to do something I've already done. Or with Disney, I love marketing Disney because I know it's a high dollar product. And if people can't get to that high dollar product, like I said, I'm going to treat it like Walmart, and we're going to put you in something, maybe a Carnival or a Norwegian, you know, based upon your budget if Disney isn't in the budget. And everybody knows Disney does cars, right? Everybody knows, right? So um, sometimes they already qualified when they come to you because they see what you're advertising. Um, Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not saying go on Facebook and spend a lot of time on Facebook or social media just scrolling your timeline, but at least put something out there that allow people to know what you do, because when they contact you, a lot of times they already know where they want to go. Has anybody ever had a client that they do their own research? Anybody ever had a client that reached out, already knew the days, the resort, knew everything? All they want you to do is just tell them how much it costs. See, that happens a lot of times, and sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes they pre-qualify themselves based upon the brand that you put out there. Okay? So we move right into Facebook. Let's talk about leveraging Facebook and Eventbrite. And when I saw this on someone else's page, because I really look at other agents that are having success in our business, and I just kind of look at some of the things they're doing. Now, don't get me wrong, I do build the business as well, but you know, we talk about, when we go to these presentations, we talk about all the ways we get paid. So we always say don't leave money on the table. So I don't want to leave money on the table because it's amazing. You know, when you get your first commission, you're excited. Then when you start getting more commissions, and you're like, oh man, they just rolling in. I got trip after trip after trip after trip, right? And sometimes it can get frustrating when they don't roll in when you want to, but you got to have business patience, guys. This is a business. You know, I always like to reiterate that. You know, you come in, you may want to have the success right away, but guess what? Sometimes it may take time to build your client base. All right. And we talked about, well, we didn't talk about it last week. And one thing that I talk about as well is if you're on Facebook, your job, this is your job. Your job is you need to be collecting email addresses, contact information. That's your job. You want, it's likes. That's cool. We can get people to like stuff, but we're grown. We're not in middle school. Who cares if somebody likes your stuff? That's an emotional attachment to your business to feel good because somebody liked it. But people will look to see what you've done. Because ask yourself this question. You don't have to answer. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm calling them out. But have you ever scrolled on Facebook for more than 10 minutes and haven't liked anything, but you look at everything, but you just don't comment? Because it's convenient. It's convenient to pull over. Roll over, grab your phone, and the first thing we start doing is checking our social media. And if you don't do that, awesome. I do that. So I know I'm going to scroll. And I told my friend, she's a business owner, a real good friend of mine, and she said, I told her, I said, I spend too much time on social media. I need to be more task oriented. And she said, I get all my customers from social media. She gave me a different way to look at it. So don't feel like social media can't be productive. We just got to find more productive ways to use social media. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the agents who actually leveraging social media and having a lot of success doing it. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Denise Lemon Price. And guys, these people are busy. So if you do contact them, don't expect them to respond to you right away. And if you do contact them, be mindful that they may be busy. Okay. But I suggest that how can I say it? Leave it at a limit. You follow what I'm saying with some of the questions you may ask. Just make sure you do your research before you just reach out to them. And I'm pretty sure they don't have a problem helping you. But, I know some of them may feel like, well, you should know that. Here we go. Denise, can everybody see that? Yes? Nope? All right. So she has a regular fan page. Anybody familiar with a fan page? Anybody familiar with a fan page? This is her fan page right here. And if you're not familiar with one, it's a great thing to have. Now, this is what you don't want to do. We have a lot of agents come into business and they want to wait till they know everything before they do anything. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you'll be knowledge on ice, and you don't want to do that, okay? So sometimes you got to just fail forward. And that's another principle. You don't want to wait. You want to just fail forward. You can't mess this up by just trying. So if you see your page, it's just content, and content is king, but let me see. No, I did call Denise, but it's Denise Lemon Price. Are you Denise Lemon Price? Is that you, Denise? Okay, all right. Well, she stays in California. I didn't know if you go by something different. So you see some of her trips, right? Upcoming events. Unleash the Real Woman Empowerment. Let me see. Cruising to Cuba. See all. We're going to look at all of them. Past events. Cruising for a cure. Okay. Let me move that out of the way. But I want to look at this one right here. So it goes to her. It's a link. Okay. And look, boom, you click on this. It tells you all about it. Unleash the Real You, a woman's empowerment getaway. And see, that's a real catchy name, okay? Now look at this. She says you can get tickets. Anybody else see? Denise, do you see? Anybody else see? Everybody sees? Okay. Denise, it might be your computer or phone. Okay. Well, are you on the phone? Well, we'll figure that out. All right. So this goes to tickets. So if it goes here, let's see what it does. Look. It goes to something else. And guess what she's collecting? Your first, last name, your phone number, and what else? Your email. And it's saying, I agree to receive information about special offers. Okay? But look, it tells all about the event, all about it. And she's doing this straight from where? Social media. Social media. I'm telling you all about it. Now look, book my full pay now. Book my installment pay now. Now, this is what I don't want you to do. Don't call her and ask her how to fix your website like hers. She may be busy, but she's breaking down everything for you. This takes some work, right? She got all the information. Got a call to action. Don't wait, book today. Got the cancellation policy. And it's telling all about her trip. All about it. Now, let me see if I click here what it's going to do. I was amazed to see this the first time. Letting you know everything that's included. Accommodations, look, that's easy to do. And guys, I don't even think this is a website. I think this is like a capture page. And if you don't know how to do one, what's your best friend? Google and YouTube. Google and YouTube. So, guys, she sold out. Is that a good problem to have? Yeah, good problem to have. I'm going to go back. Let me see here. Now, I don't know how she did this, but she didn't create a rocket. She didn't do brain surgery. It just took a little bit of research, guys, but it can be done. Book installments. Let me see here. What does this say? I think it may be sold out again on the. Oh, okay. Everything's sold out. But all of this is on the internet. Right on the internet. Right on the internet. And if you look over here, you see other people that have events on the internet. Blackout Ski 2019, but just showing you different things you could do on the internet, okay? Leveraging Facebook. And all she did was create an event. And just say if the event, you don't have a nice page like she does, because you may not know how to do that. Okay, there we go. I know you can set up. Thank you, Deanna. Cognito Forms. Does everybody know how to use Cognito Forms? If you do, give me a 1. If you don't, give me a 2. 2. No. Great. No. Guess what we could do? Thank you, Deanna. Deanna, can you unmute yourself? Let me see. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I can unmute myself.
Yeah. Could you tell us about Cognito Forms a little bit?
Yes, Cognito Forms is basically a landing page where you can actually develop the whole itinerary, what they're doing. You can put pictures, graphics like she had done. You can also have link different forms of payment, such as Stripe, PayPal, and they have another form of payment that you can link to Cognito Form as well. So it'll actually go to directly where you're trying to get the money to go to.
Now, how did you learn about Cognito Forms?
I watched Mary Eccles.
Girl, you know what? Hey, give you a hand clap, because I was going to put her information on here. I'm like, no, that'll be done when I done bought something. Somebody asked, is Cognito Forms paid or free?
You can use the free version. The free version, you won't get as much functionality. It would charge you 1% based on what you're trying to, how much your fees are. But one thing you could do, you can pass those fees to your customers. when they book. So they be paying the service charge, and you still get the money you deserve. You're supposed to be getting. You can pass those fees along to them.
I'm spelling it in the chat for everybody. So guys, if you heard, Deanna just told us, you know, you can learn about cognitoform from other people, like we just see with what's the young lady name, Denise. And I knew it was cognitoform, but I didn't want to say it if I wasn't for sure. Or you can go right to Google or YouTube and learn about it. Right, 3-minute video. Okay, so Denise, thank you so much, Deanna.
You're welcome.
How do you get the cognitoform? Linda, I would go to Google, and that's a great question. I don't know.
Give me a second. I may drop a link in there for you.
Thank you,
Give me a
Deanna. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Let's give Deanna a hand for doing that for us. I mean, there's so much talent on this line. I'm telling you, Deanna. We may need to use you for the training. Okay, I don't keep you.
Okay, I got you.
All right. So guys, you see Denise, she doesn't just does that event. She does other events as well, you know, so you could put all your trips out here. Me, I show you something that I do. In this, I like to call this client collecting clients. I can't think of the name, I just drew a blank right fast. These things that I do. Now, this is a birthday trip that I'm going to do in 2020. Okay, I just made a Facebook group and I put 3 people in the group. Now there's 70 people in the group. And I just talk a little bit about the group. I talk about the credit card authorization form. I talk about the young lady who we're going to do the trip for. And I put the packages already together. And since it's 2020, the flights can't be added because it's in August, but I have all this information right here. And I did this in Office 360. I just dropped the pictures in and just put the words. You know, if you don't want to pay for that, don't, you know, but you don't have to use Office 365. I just didn't want to spend a lot of time cropping pictures, okay? And I talk about the passport. But the person that planning the trip, that wants to go, she put all her friends in the group. Now, she doesn't book any travel. Who books travel? Me. So she just bought me a potential of 60 clients, right? Now, we know all 60 people may not go on that trip, but have you seen, just think about it this way. If those 60 people don't go on a trip, who's the travel agent they may contact in the future? Because I could always drop content in here or change this group when the trip is over. Change this group to, hey, travel with Jamal. You follow what I'm saying? And this didn't take no time to do. No time to do. So that's one way you can leverage groups, because you can put as many people in a group as possible. They don't have to be 5,000 people on your page, because people are not looking. They're not liking, they're looking. But in here, at least they know there's a group where they can come in and you can ask people to participate in the group. Now your group becomes one of those groups where everybody's participating, and people do like to follow, so it's a great idea. But it allows you to gain clients, because all of them may not go on a trip, but somebody may want to cruise, somebody may want to do something for their parents, or their kids. So let me go to the next young lady. And this young lady right here, she's doing some big things. This is April Brown. She's here in Atlanta. And I've been telling her I need to sit down with her for a while just to kind of see what she's doing and how she's doing this. And, I understand people are busy. I get it. But this is her fan page, guys. Content of trips that we went on already, right? And if you haven't been on a trip, you can go grab one of these videos. Where's the video? Here we go. Nope. Where's the video? I can't find the video right now. But anyway, these videos are free. You can get these videos off of YouTube, download them to your device. And now you have content for your page, because a lot of people would tell me, let me turn that down. Oh man, that's making me want to go again. You may not have content on your own, but it doesn't matter. You know, people are telling me, well, nobody will book with me because I don't travel. All right. Let's go ahead and get this myth out the way. That's a myth. Anybody familiar with Purina dog food? Anybody familiar with that? The man that owns Purina doesn't eat Purina. He probably don't even have a dog. I don't know, he may have a dog. But other people want to travel. So you don't have to think you have to travel. You know, that's just a branding thing that a lot of us use, you know. So don't feel some kind of way because you're not able to go somewhere. I mean, I wouldn't concern myself with that. But anyway, this is April's page. Look, summertime getaway. She has a group. And look, she's using Eventbrite. And let's go to her Eventbrite. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Did I do it right? Here we go. Summertime Getaways, the Jamaica edition, hosted by A. Brown Planning, which is a company giving the dates. And guys, you could put dates out there. And if they come in the store, remember, if they come in Walmart and say, well, do you have anything else? Yes. When are you looking to go? Now you start qualifying them. You follow what I'm saying? So you may not want that date, but guess what? They see that you do book trips. Oh, I want to do something on my birthday in November. I found you, you know. So you always got to think about the Walmart thing. You get them in, they're going to walk out with something, right? Okay, so find tickets. Look, Eventbrite is free. I use Eventbrite, but I don't use it for this. I use it for the other side of the business. But I'm going to start using it for this, for trips that I already have planned for other people. I could send people to the same place. They don't got to know each other, right? Am I right? You know, and if nobody clicks on this and nobody goes on your trip, I want you to think about two words. So what? But you're learning how to market yourself with all these tools, right? So she's telling about it, everything about it. 4 to 3 day night option available upon request. I'm stealing that right now. Let me steal that for my group. You see what I'm doing? I want you to check out what I'm doing. I'm stealing. I'm stealing. I'm stealing. I'm going to use that in one of my groups. Let me go back. But she's telling all about the, and airfare is not included in hers. Travel protection, excursion. Now she can do what? Upsell. Okay? She's telling you all that. Please submit payment along with completed registration form. Payments can be made by credit. Look at that. Credit authorization form. She's telling you about the passports, telling you about spaces limited, cancellations. You guys, all this is on Facebook. Look, more events from this organizer. Oh, this girl plans trips. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've been thinking about doing something. You see how you go in Walmart looking for bread, now you start buying other stuff? But it's letting you register, you know, showing you what you want. And she's going to get this information through email because that's what happens with Eventbrite. You get it through email. Can you guys hear me? If you can, let me know. Okay, thanks, Larry. Another young lady, one of my good friends, I like to consider her a good friend, and she showed me so much about this business. Kai Solomon. She's in Atlanta too. And Kai doesn't complicate it. She just do it, okay? And I want you to look at this. This is Kai right here. And you see, all she did was take a picture. I mean, actually, she didn't take a picture. This is how simple this is. She took the link, guys. See right there, kvu.com. We talked about Virgin earlier. And she says, Precision Traveling is now booking the Scarlet Lady Adults Only Cruise. Sailings begin April 2020. If you would like a quote, please use the request info link. And she put it right there. Nothing simple. No fancy Cognito form, so you don't even have to go learn that. But she's leveraging what? What is she leveraging? Social media. And guys, social media isn't the only, Facebook isn't the only game in town. That's just one of the games, guys. So, and if you go to her page, and this is what I don't want you guys to do. If you go friend these people and they don't friend you, Think about it. They can't sell you nothing. And we trying to save these 5,000 spots, right? We trying to save them. So let me see here. But we're gonna move on because we are pressed for time, and I don't want to keep you guys here late. Now, is anybody familiar with the wave? Anybody familiar with the wave? I just got familiar with it this year too, Larry, and I've been in this business going on 5 years. So let's think about the beginning of the year. People trying to get their income tax, and they're going to allocate that money for whatever they're going to allocate it for. Sometimes it's for vacation, right? And they also trying to make sure they have their vacation time in place, because that's usually when they get an allotment of vacation time. Depends on how your job does it. So, but it's a 3-month period between January and March when travelers begin planning and booking vacations for the year, and even beyond, most being cruise vacations. So we have to capitalize on the wave by making sure that we got our business in front of people. Because when people get that money, they get emotional. I just thought to myself, I remember I had to get large income taxes. And I had to think about everything I was going to buy with the income taxes versus using the money to make more money. You know, that's from my younger days. But just think about it. If you had an extra $10,000 of disposable income and you're not a travel agent, travel may be one of the things you want to do. And if you was a travel agent, you might be trying to go somewhere too. Because, you know, we find great deals, especially for the low, right? So the wave, how should agents prepare to make the most? Did I read that right? Yeah, to make the most of January to March wave season, guys. You think about what just left. Valentine's Day special, President's Day specials, March Madness coming, 420 in April. You know, that's huge now, the cannabis industry. So you can really leverage what's already going on, right, for trips, okay? So explain that better deals might be offered later, but getting what they want to now is better than waiting and finding the deal that is going and sold out. Now you're using the fear of loss with clients. You know, communicate ongoing sales offered by various cruise lines. Everybody saw the $1 deposits for Princess, or you saw the $50 deposits for Norwegian. They had free air. They had free about 6 different things. You also saw half off deposits from Carnival. And guys, they send us this stuff, okay? And you want to create awareness. I put that in bold because, you know, sometimes we find ourselves in a rut, you know, doing the same thing. And I'm using social media example. And we just scrolling on social media, but we liking and sharing everybody else's business, but we're not creating awareness for our business, guys. People contact me all the time because they feel comfortable with giving me their money because they see that I'm creating awareness with my business, okay? And I'm not saying go on Facebook and post. That's not what I'm saying. But you guys can get where I'm coming from with this, all right? So you got to create a call to action. I always say contact me. And it may not be a deal that I post, but if I post something like this, which I'm going to post today, where are we at? We are here. I'm going to post this right here. Don't make these top 5 passports mistakes. I'm just going to post a link and say you're a friendly travel agent, you know, just to give you some content. And content is king, okay? You always remember that. It's like a commercial. You see the commercial one time, right? Do they start running a commercial? Yes? No? No. You're going to see that commercial not over and over, but again, a little later on. It's called programming. So you got to program yourself to say when I'm going to promote my commercial, okay? Incentivize your clients with a referral program. You know, right now, the young lady that I created the group for, that put the 70 people in, we in partnership. Anybody that books with me, anybody that books, it don't have to be on that trip, I'm giving her 10% of my commission. How much is that costing me? Nothing. She's bringing me the clients, right? Can you guys hear me? Okay, thanks, Larry. So yeah, just do little things to incentivize the client. You know, it might be a bottle of wine. It could be anything. Me, I know people like money. So I'm throwing around these commission, give you a piece of these commissions. All right. That's just me. You know, you can work it how you seem great, you know, well, not seem great, see how you would like to. Okay. All right. So you're going to get a lot of people that's reaching out. Now I talked about in another training about your funnel. They're going to come in the top, right? They're going to come in, a bunch of people shopping, blah, blah, blah. Just get the information down. No, use a calendar for follow-ups of who you talk to. Because people forget, and you're going to forget. And you probably got people that's going on trips because they may not even know that they remember that they talked to you. Has anybody ever called you and you say, I'll call you back? And you don't call them back because you got what? Busy or forgot? This goes on. It's called life. Okay? So we can't take things personal. But you can get a calendar and follow up. And that person may contact you in January. May contact you in January. And may not go on that trip until next January. But if you following up with them, not following up saying, hey, you going on a trip? Hey, you going on a trip? No. It's different methods to that, okay? And get organized. Organization is key. I'm learning that myself. I was writing everything down. Then I started having these manila folders. And I went ahead and got the CRM. And it's so better for me. But you don't have to get the CRM. But me, I'm investing in my business because what you put in, that's what you expect out. You put in nothing, guess what you get? Somebody guess. Somebody guess. Somebody guess nothing. You got to put in the time to learn your business, right? You put in the time to learn your business. Guys, it's like people call me and want to go somewhere since I done looked up so many quotes. I already know. Oh, you can't go here. Jacksonville, they only have 5-day cruises. You want to go to Bahamas, you might want to leave out of Port Canaveral on a 3-day cruise. It's just little things I've learned by having people give me the runaround. But I don't look at it as a runaround. I look at it as a learning lesson. You know, follow-up tips, qualifying a client. We talked about that. So, but when you build a relationship, I'm asking you these questions, right? It allows me to build rapport. Now, they'll allow a welcome up. I'm in a welcome, a follow-up caller, etc. I have follows up the yin yang. And I know they may not be ready right now. I'm going to give you a perfect example of somebody who wasn't ready. Email marketing is so critical because all of us get emails from different vendors, different things we bought. So when you get in emails, you see Denise had the Denise had the capture page with the email, right? Now you can follow up with these people. MailChimp, Deanna, can you tell people about MailChimp? Tell them. Can you talk? Let me see, can I unmute you? She may not be able to.
Yes.
Tell them about MailChimp. Yeah, tell them about it. Let me get some orange juice while you do that.
Let me pause. Okay, MailChimp, that is a email database that allows you to collect emails. There are also other databases out there such as ConvertKit. MailChimp allows you to collect a database and you can actually send emails to that particular list of clients. And so you can get like a newsletter you want to do weekly that have deals, you can send that out. Also, you can do like automation where you can actually have a series of emails giving them, dropping travel tips on them, which puts you in front of them. You can separate it based on what type of funnel you put out. You can create different landing pages. So a landing page can be a page that you gear directly towards families, or you can gear it towards couples. So you have different options, and then you'll have it going into different lists, and you can gather emails that way. And that allow you to send certain things that pertain to that audience, and then certain things that pertain to another audience. ConvertKit has a higher conversion rate of opening emails than MailChimp does. So those are two different things, but MailChimp is free up to the first 500 people on your list. ConvertKit is a fee of $25 a month. There's also another mail listing fee as well, but I can't remember the name. I have to go back through it. So next, if I remember it, I'll drop it in the comments next week when we have this meeting.
Thank you so much, Deanna. Let's give it up to Deanna. She's gonna give us the training on MailChimp. So get ready. Get ready. So that's some great information. I know the young man who introduced me to marketing as far as the travel side, he would always say MailChimp. And I heard of MailChimp, but guys, but I don't even use MailChimp. So there's so many resources out there for us, guys, and we don't lack the resources. This is not like 1985 when we had to use encyclopedias. Let me see here. Get the mute going on. All right. Yeah, it's not what we have like encyclopedias or yellow book pages. Guys, I'm sorry, yellow pages. We're in the information age, so we got to be more resourceful, you know, and thank you so much, Deanna, for that information. Yeah, MailChimp. Thanks to YouTube. I like that. Yep, YouTube is your friend. So, sorry about that. So you're going to organize people who aren't ready. You're going to have people that aren't ready. And like she said, you have a filing system that you can use, and you communicate that you will book with them in the best possible fare. You'll monitor promotions between now and their final payment, guys. There's so many promotions. I mean, there's so many. But that allows you to build rapport when you do things like that, okay? And set reminders. We talk about calendar, set reminders. And remember, this is key. 44% of sales professionals give up on their first follow-up. And what's one of the things we always say? The fortune is in what? The follow-up, right? So it may take a person 6 or 7 exposures to you before you get to sale. You may not get the sale right away. And we can't get emotional or take it personal, but it said 80% of sales require more than 3 follow-ups. And Deanna said a few things that I took notes on. Your list. List. We talk about lists all the time, especially on the business building side. But you got to have a list for travel too. And your funnel. Your funnel is so important because everybody's not going to be ready right away. And ConvertKit. I'm going to look up these things, and I'm going to learn about them, you know, just kind of make myself more aware because there's so many tools for us to use, okay? It's a lot of tools. And once you have all these tools in your toolkit, right, it makes you a better what? It makes you better prepared because you have a lot of tools in your toolkit, right? So I just want to show you guys this, and this happened to me. Where's the young lady here? We almost finished, guys. We got about 2 minutes. Let's see all the messenger. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. This is one of my clients. And we've talked back in, let me see here. Now, y'all professional travel agents, don't judge me because I don't have the ConvertKit and all of that stuff, but that's fine. But you see, I've been sending her quotes since 2018. I've been sending her quotes for a long time. We've talked. When did we talk? That was June of 2018. But the point I'm trying to make is she wasn't ready right then. She wasn't ready. And you see the last thing we talked about, she about to get 4 cabins from me today. And I don't know her. She just contacted me out of the blue and was ready to rock and roll. So, guys, I will put this training in the Creators of Wealth and also the other groups. And just remember, success is an inside job, guys. You know, work on you so you can change the environment around you guys. So thank you so much for Deanna and everybody that's participating as well. And we actually found our master trainer today. So today is great. Thank you, Deanna. Let's give her a hand. And guys, enjoy your day. You know, do some marketing. You know, let people know what you have. And just plant seed. Just remember, plant seeds, plant seeds, plant seeds, and you won't get the fruit when you plant the seed. All right. Okay. So we're gonna
Everybody, that was great. Thank you.
and we'll probably do a poll on something that you guys may want to train on. You know, because I don't want it to be just what I want to train. You know, I prefer to train on marketing, the business, and some people may want to train on building the business, which is good. You know, it's like you say, you got more tools in your tool belt, allow you to leverage what you have because people want what we have, man. I'm telling you, they want what we have. You just gotta let them know what we have. All right, guys, y'all have a good day. Hey, Debbie.
Hey, Jamal, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, Larry. Hey,
It's good
Eileen.
stuff. Hi,
Everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Let me end this.